The brilliance of the show Andor lies in its radical reinterpretation of Star Wars, stripping away the fantasy to expose the mundane, bureaucratic nature of real-world authoritarianism. This is a Star Wars with no magic, where the true villain isn't some dark lord, but bureaucracy and paperwork. Andor posits that fascism does not arrive screaming, but quietly, with a clipboard and a calm voice. The Gorman Massacre is the series' starkest example. It wasn't an epic sci-fi battle, but a political manual executed with chilling precision. There were no lightsabers or epic duels, just organized people in a square being crushed by giant robots and masked stormtroopers. Fascism's opening line is never, "Hello, I'm evil." It's always, "I'm here to help with compliance." The Empire's strategy, as articulated by Grand Moff Tarkin, is a management strategy for fascism. Fear will keep their local systems in line. This massacre is not about the people of Gorman. It's a public statement to send a psychological warning. This could be you. This mirrors our own reality, where the goal is not mass deportation, but deporting enough people publicly to induce widespread self-policing fear. The show highlights how authoritarianism and systems use anonymity to create a moral distance for their agents. The show's stormtroopers, like ICE agents wearing masks during raids, have no faces, no names, no expressions. They are not individuals, but the violent manifestation of policy with legs. The mask isn't for protection. It's a form of permission through anonymity, allowing the wearer to tell themselves, "This wasn't me. This was the system." Fascism launders cruelty through uniforms, turning violence into sterile administrative function. The violence is planned in conference rooms with officials debating the political costs, the messaging, and precedent. They never discuss or consider morality. It's corporate murder. In the show, they were only concerned with how to kill in a way that tests positive with focus groups. It was never about what was moral, ethical. It certainly was not about what was kind. Like Donald Trump, Emperor Palpatine rarely engages in the dirty work himself. He delegates the cruelty to figures like Tarkin, and in Trump's case, Stephen Miller. He then stands back and frames the resulting violence as unfortunate, even going as far as blaming the victims for the suffering or the ending of their lives, despite ordering the offending actions. Andor's most terrifying message is that the victims are not targeted for being rebels, but for being inconvenient or easy targets. Essentially, they are simply in the way. Fascism doesn't start by targeting bad people. It starts by hitting easier and softer targets like immigrants, outsiders, and those living in forgotten neighborhoods. The Gormans' crime was not violence, but presence. They were simply standing in a public square. The Empire turned them from people into a situation or a disturbance, a crucial step in the dehumanization. The most chilling truth is that everything the Empire does on Gorman is illegal, just as everything ICE does is apparently legal. Law is simply power with a spell check, not morality. In the episode Welcome to the Rebellion, we see the focus shift to Senator Mon Mothma, whose only superpower is simply her refusal to lie politely in the face of tyranny. In authoritarian systems, drama and violence are expected. What cannot be tolerated is clarity. Mon Mothma simply names the atrocities everyone else is pretending to ignore. causing the Senate to react as if she just lit a joint. She understands that authoritarianism does not need your support. It needs your silence. She speaks knowing she risks surveillance, exile, and even death. Not because she thinks she will win, but because she refuses to provide the necessary silence. Throughout all of Star Wars, the rebellion and the later resistance is not a brand, a team, or a movement, or even a hashtag. It's people taking risks, often a lonely endeavor that can cost you friends who think you are being overly dramatic or that you are being unhelpful. In our world, we see the opposition is skilled in performative resistance with their tweeting, condemning, and fundraising, but rarely do we see them endangering themselves. Real opposition comes at a cost. If resistance doesn't risk your career or special access to dinner reservations, then it's just convenient marketing and branding. The modern opposition is avoidant of being deemed divisive and fear losing their next election. This contrasts sharply with Mon Martha, who faced certain death and still spoke in the open Senate. Mon Martha doesn't waste her words to mock the emperor or try to go viral. She stands up and names the reality. This makes her speech radical not because of its tone, but because of its honesty. Our political culture has normalized a version of opposition that has an aversion to escalation. The Empire in Star Wars and its real-world analogs rule not by convincing the population they are good, but by convincing them that everything else is worse. Palpatine tells us that it's dangerous out in the galaxy. The Death Star is framed not as a weapon, but as a security system, just as Trump has sold his actions as being necessary. He claimed there are threats everywhere. Propaganda doesn't ask you to love power. It educates you on why you should be afraid without it. This keeps people nervous, disorganized, quiet, and complicit. Propaganda thrives on people who are tired. Tired from overworking in this economy, tired of sorting through media and doom scrolling. Tired people don't fact check. They just accept the spoon-fed headlines, which offer a villain and lets them feel informed without being involved. By constantly flooding the zone with stories of chaos and crime, the Empire teaches everyone to police themselves. People stop standing in squares and speaking plainly. Mon Martha's speech is dangerous because it interrupts the story of fear. The truth only needs to be said once. Andor resonates because it's not the nostalgia of past films and shows, nor is it marketing toys and collectibles. It's a terrifying recognition of present-day political trends. It reminds us that history will remember who spoke and who hid. The rebellion needs spines, not just better messaging. In the first season of the show, the character Nemik wrote a manifesto that was left on a datapad. It becomes the foundation of the rebellion. The character tragically dies without the text being recited in a grand speech. There will be times when the struggle seems impossible. I know this already. Alone, unsure, dwarfed by the scale of the enemy. Remember this. Freedom is a pure idea. It occurs spontaneously and without instruction. Random acts of insurrection are occurring constantly throughout the galaxy. There are whole armies, battalions that have no idea that they've already enlisted in the cause. Remember that the frontier of the rebellion is everywhere, and even the smallest act of insurrection pushes our lines forward. And remember this: the imperial need for control is so desperate because it is so unnatural. Tyranny requires constant effort. It breaks, it leaks. Authority is brittle. Oppression is the mask of fear. Remember that, and know this: the day will come when all these skirmishes and battles, these moments of defiance, will have flooded the banks of the Empire's authority, and then there will be one too many. One single thing will break the siege. Remember this: try. That's all for this week. Until next time, remember, silence is compliance. Your voice is vital. Stand up, speak out, strike back. They don't know what they started. If you appreciate this content, please like, share, and subscribe. For updates, ring the bell. Your support truly helps the channel.